I mean, 3 years ago, I never thought about $100 million exits. I always thought about 10 and $20 million exits. It seemed
Right,
very
right.
realistic. And then I start getting around people like yourself, and I think much bigger now.
It isn't magic. It isn't a mystery. It's a model. It's a model. And you can build the business of your dreams if you stay committed to a model and you surround yourself with other like-minded people that are also trying to do cool stuff that you can share with and sharpen each other's steel. I wasn't going to lose. I was going to do whatever it took to freaking win. And that was just from an energy standpoint. And I was going to get over my skis a couple of times by hiring people I couldn't afford and come up with crazy compensation structures where they were very heavily performance-based pay, so I can staff up with people without having this big payroll. I'm going to sit down in front of somebody. I'm going to do a full presentation to them. I'm going to tell them, I'm going to sell them on 5 things: why our company, why our product, why our installation process, why our price, and why right now. So I set up a separate bank account when I started my business, and I took 7% of every single check, whether the check was for $1 or $10,000, 7% went in that other account, and that was my marketing money. So I can always have money to make the phone ring. It's not all going to work. I promise you it's not all going to work. And it's okay to be wrong. Just don't be wrong for long. And you got to get off of a bad marketing idea. The other thing about scale, though, is that discipline in business means saying no to good ideas. Okay? Look, the curse of the entrepreneur is that everything's a great idea. Oh my gosh, we should do this. Oh no, wait, we should do this. Oh no, wait, we should do that. And all that stuff is very, very disruptive. Simplicity scales, and the vast majority of my projects were done in just one day. Margin is only half the story. The other side of the story is what's called dollars per crew day. Every time I send out an installation crew, how much revenue are they bringing back? The goal is to sell in the very first appointment. That's what the model was created around. There's no reason to go back. We can tell our story. We can price it. We have paperless contracts. If you remove the bottom 30% of performers, the business looks a lot better. Challenge with complexity is you need unicorns as employees. Because they have to be able to do a wide variety of everything. And that's really hard to find unicorns. And the other thing I would say is if your closing average is too high, maybe it's time to take a price increase. Because if you're closing that high, maybe you're leaving margin on the table. The culture of the business, and we know that culture is shaped by the lowest level of acceptable behavior. My mindset shift was, now I understand my role. My role as a leader of the business, above everything else, is helping raise the potential of the people on my team, to help them not just realize their potential, but actually help them reach it. Because as I help them reach their potential, the business's potential goes up along with it. You need to take all of the things that you have to do and you need to plot them in this 4-square. And this 4-square looks like this. Hope everybody can see that. Okay. Yeah. What it is it's easy, it's hard, it's low return, it's high return. Great time management is investing in people today so that your clock and your time tomorrow looks better. It's super important to have a process-driven business because it takes the emotions out of things. But you might ask, well, Brian, I've heard that before, but where do I start? And my suggestion is you always start looking for the friction points in your business. Culture is shaped by the lowest level of acceptable behavior. If somebody's coming into a meeting 5 minutes late, that's unacceptable. What I promise you is this. As you go all in on committing to culture and building people, very much like me, I think what you're going to learn is the 2 most important days of your life are the day that you're born and the day you finally realize why. And that's when the magic happens.